It was just another morning at Crestwood High, the kind of place where reputations were currency, and cruelty was often mistaken for confidence. The hallways echoed with laughter, sneakers squeaking, and the constant hum of teenage chaos. Among the noise, a quiet woman moved unnoticed, unappreciated, unseen. Her name was Evelyn Parker. To most, she was simply the janitor. She wore a plain blue uniform, her gray-streaked hair tied back neatly, her posture straight but unassuming. Her hands were calloused, her eyes calm. Every morning before dawn, she swept the corridors, polished the lockers, and fixed what others broke. She rarely spoke, but when she did, there was a quiet authority in her voice that people couldn't explain. The students didn't care. To them, she was invisible. Until one day, she wasn't dotted began with a group of seniors: Tyler, the arrogant basketball captain, Sasha, the queen bee influencer, and their entourage of self-proclaimed populars. They ruled the school like it was their kingdom. Anyone different became their entertainment. That morning, Tyler threw his half-empty soda can on the floor right in front of Evelyn. "Hey, janitor," he sneered, "you missed a spot." Evelyn glanced down at the mess, then at him. Her calm, unreadable eyes met his. She didn't say a word, just picked up the can, placed it in the trash, and walked away. Laughter followed her. Tyler smirked. "What's wrong? Cat got your tongue?" She didn't answer. She never did, but silence, to bullies, is like blood in the water. Over the next few weeks, their jokes escalated. They tipped over trash cans she'd just emptied, spilled food in hallways, and mocked her in front of others. "Hey, old lady," Sasha would giggle, recording on her phone, "you missed a spot again." Evelyn said nothing. But behind that silence, a storm was forming. One afternoon, when the halls were empty and sunlight filtered through the dusty windows, Tyler and his group found Evelyn mopping near the gym. "Hey, let's have some fun," Sasha whispered. "Record this." They approached her, laughing. Tyler snatched the mop from her hands. "You know, for someone who cleans so much, this school's still dirty." He dipped the mop into a bucket of filthy water and splashed it near her shoes. "Oops." Evelyn stood perfectly still. She looked at the mess, then back at him, her face expressionless, eyes steady, like a soldier who had seen worse. "Pick it up," Tyler ordered mockingly, holding the mop out. She didn't move. "Come on, what are you gonna do?" He laughed. Then, without raising her voice, Evelyn said something that made even Sasha lower her phone for a moment. "I've seen men like you before," she said quietly. "They used to think the same thing." Tyler frowned. "What's that supposed to mean?" But Evelyn just turned, picked up her bucket, and walked away. No anger. No fear. Just composure, the kind that comes from someone who has faced real battles. That night, Sasha uploaded a short clip of the encounter on her social media. Old janitor acts tough face with tears of joy. It went viral among the students. By morning, everyone was talking about it. The laughter followed Evelyn everywhere she went, yet, she never lost her calm. She never explained herself. But something about her, her discipline, her sharp eyes, her way of moving, started to make a few teachers wonder. One day, during detention duty, the history teacher, Mr. Harlow, approached her quietly. "Evelyn, I've seen that look before," he said. "You were military, weren't you?" She gave a small smile. "Once." He nodded, as if confirming a secret. "They don't know who they're mocking." "They don't need to," she said simply. "Not yet." But that yet, it came sooner than anyone expected. The following Friday, the seniors threw an unauthorized party in the gym after school hours. They sneaked in, blasted music, trashed the place, and laughed about how Evelyn would have fun cleaning it up. But when they turned on the lights, she was already there. Standing in the center of the gym, mop in hand, eyes cold and sharp. Her school's closed, she said calmly. Tyler grinned, walking toward her. "You're still here, janitor? Don't you ever go home?" "I do," she said, stepping closer. "But not before teaching discipline." Sasha started recording again, thinking it'd be another funny clip. But the moment Tyler reached for her mop, Evelyn moved quick. Controlled. Precise, she twisted the mop handle in a way no one expected, disarmed him, flipped it around, and before he even blinked, the mop was pointing at his chest. Not violently. Not with rage. Just, professionally. The room went silent. "Whoa, what was that?" one of the boys stammered. Evelyn's voice was low. "That was control. Something you all need." For the first time, Tyler's smirk faded. "Who the hell are you?" Evelyn looked around the room, at their stunned faces, at Sasha's trembling hand still holding the phone, and said quietly, "United States Marine Corps. Sergeant Major Evelyn Parker. Retired." The room froze, even Sasha lowered her phone. Evelyn continued, "You think strength comes from power? From mocking others? Real strength comes from discipline. From respect. From knowing when to fight and when to walk away." Then she turned toward the door, leaving behind a silence so heavy that not even the loudest speaker could break it. But outside, in the hallway, her eyes softened. She knew this wasn't over. She knew humiliation had a way of breeding revenge.